Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be on this live. It's been so long since I've done this. Let me know if you guys like it when I do YouTube lives because they're fun for me. It's my and just let me know you can hear me. Hopefully we're good. Okay, cool. Yay. I'm so excited because I'm celebrating 3 years of holistic human performance of this beautiful brand and business. Um, It's been a long journey. It's been so many ups, downs, highs, lows, ebbs, flows, and it's been quite a ride, but it is so worth it. And, there were times where I was like, I should just throw in the towel and give up. Like, what's the point of doing this? And I was like, it just was like, no, like you can't give up. Like it's just not gonna happen. So I'm so excited to be celebrating 3 years. And ironically enough, this was not planned at all. I just got back from my baby moon, which also on the Holistic Human Performance podcast, I just did a whole update on episode 114 of my pregnancy, and like a life portal is like so phenomenal. So I actually birthed this business on February 22nd, 2022. Like, how divine is that? I mean, that was not planned. I just did it. And it was something that again, it needed to come out. Um, so I want to take a little bit of a deep dive into entrepreneurship, my journey, and I'm actually going to be doing a live speaking event on this. So if you're in the New York area, it's going to be on March 4th. It's going to be at the Post Office Cafe through a networking group called Empowered Expos Empaths. You can check all of that out. I'll leave that in the description box, but it's at holistichumanperformance.co/upcoming events. I'll put that in the description box. But what I'm going to be speaking about, and one of my favorite topics, is the spiritual game of entrepreneurship. And it's something that really I learned along the way. And there are a couple of lessons that I want to go over with you all today. So for those of you who are entrepreneurs, you don't have to be a spiritual entrepreneur, just entrepreneurship in general. And maybe you're struggling with burnout, with not having clarity or direction. Maybe you're dealing with stagnancy, of income, of cash flow, of clients, of creativity. Maybe you feel stuck. Like, this is part of the energetics of business and of entrepreneurship. So there is a spiritual game to it. That's just what it is. And when you learn this, you're like, oh, okay. So there are a couple of things that help me along the way, but I'm going to start out by sharing my own personal viewpoint on entrepreneurship, kind of how I grew up, and then kind of how I got to where I'm at. Um, so in college, I studied exercise science, which helped me with what I do today and everybody's health. It's- It was phenomenal. I had a great experience. Now, I grew up with parents who are entrepreneurs and technically have a legacy business, which has been over 35 years. I grew up with a family fitness business, Bradshaw Personal Fitness. And so with that, when I was in college, my professors knew that and they were like, "Oh, like, are you?" They used to call me G because no one could get my name right because the spelling of Jenna, the way that I spell it, is Gena. So my professors would call me G, and they were like, "Oh, are you gonna go into the entrepreneurship realm? Are you gonna, open up a gym? Blah blah blah." And at the time, I, like, hesitantly was like, "Yeah," like, but it scared me because I saw what my parents went through. I saw the highs, the lows, the scarcity, the worry, the, like, "How are we gonna pay our bills?" kind of vibe, and I'm like, "I don't know if I wanna do that." So, I always kinda had, like, that, like, underlying fear, I guess, and I always thought that I was going to be opening up a gym with them. Like, I thought that that was going to be my path, and lo and behold, it wasn't. However, I have like goals that are similar, but not exactly the gym aspect. So, with that, I still ended up working with my parents for quite some time, but I also worked in a big box gym and I learned their systems, their tools, their modalities, how they ran things, and I like took that and ran with it. And so I applied that to my parents' business and also what I have right now, holistic human performance. And so like building community was something I was always good at. Networking, talking to people, just being authentic, being real, being pure, like, that's just who I am, like, anybody that knows me knows that authenticity, it's like, "Oh, yeah, that's Jenna, like, that's what you're getting." So, I use that as a gift, that is one of my soul gifts, and that's something that is a key element of entrepreneurship. That is authenticity, okay? And showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when you're feeling low, even when you're feeling like, what am I even doing? I can't do this. As long as you have clarity, you have faith, you have motivation, you have authenticity. Those are like the key aspects of entrepreneurship. Now, there's always having to build that foundation. Now, as time went on, adversity struck in my life with my health. Um, I share this story so many like this is like part of what I do and why I do what I do. I'm a two-time cancer survivor and throughout that journey, the learning of Eastern medicine, energy medicine, and unlocking my own like mediumship gifts and like clairvoyancy and some of those other clairs, it really helped me along the way to discover kind of what I'm actually meant to do here in this lifetime, my soul's mission and purpose. And throughout this, it came to a point where I got the intuitive download to write a book, which you can right there. A survivor story, a holistic healing journey through cancer. And that was my first book. I published that in 2021. Now, I can look back throughout my life and tell you that I always had this feeling of there's more and not feeling totally fulfilled with what I was doing. There's more, like I'm on the path, but there's more to doing what I do, especially because I do help with people's health, but now it's in a deeper way, more of the holistic lifestyle while also integrating the spiritual, energetic aspect. And so, as I'm writing this book, I finished the book and I'm like, there's still more. Like, I still have this feeling of like being unfulfilled, like not totally there yet. And I was talking, I used to do a podcast with a co-host of mine, and we were just talking. And all of a sudden, I just said, I'm going to start a business. Like, I just feel like this is the move. And I started chatting with her, and like, I came up with the name Holistic Human Performance as we were just like rifting. And I literally, in that moment, the next day, boom, I started the business, did the whole process legally, and I started Holistic Human Performance because I just knew. And as you evolve, your business will evolve. And so the starting point of what I originally was doing was helping people who were specifically dealing with cancer in survivorship, but also going through the battle. And I just said, this isn't totally what I want to be doing. So I still do that, but it's not what holistic human performance is about. And then I started to shift in. So I was doing like one-on-one coaching. I still do that, but in a different way now. And I had digital courses, which I do as well, which has grown. So that was cool. And then it started to like build and build and build. I started to like build out my website more. And, people were coming to me like, oh, can you help me with this or this and this? And it really just started to become a brand of all these different elements of holistic lifestyle, health, wellness, and spirituality. And I came up with a methodology that is the formula to helping other people get healthy, but also in the process, finding their soul's mission and purpose. throughout that, I found that you cannot have health without purpose. Your purpose does not have to be your career, but a lot of the times I am seeing that it ends up being very profitable and successful in the end. So, um, that's cool. So I help people reclaim their health so that they can find their soul's mission and purpose. And when you reclaim your health and you're going through the process, and you don't have your health, this is the only vessel that we have. And if you're so focused on getting your health back, you can't focus on anything else. Like, I've been there. I couldn't focus on anything. That's why I wasn't, but I had to go through that to get to here to help people on such a big level. And through that, I said, okay, so the business started to grow and grow and grow. And now it became a community, which I'm like, and that was a goal of mine, like to build a community, to get into a new community, because I went from fitness, sport, performance, nutrition, which are the foundations of health, of course, to now a holistic community and spiritual community, which I was new to. And so I kind of had to integrate into a new community. And it's been amazing. So I started the podcast, Holistic Human Performance Podcast, and from there it grew. So now I'm doing events, workshops. The main One of the main tools that I use, aside from energy healing, is sound healing, sound baths. So now it's grown into, I now have 3 books. I have, workshops, events, speaking engagements. I'm doing retreats and coaching, and it's been so fulfilling. Like, I can say now, even though I'm not at the goals that I want yet, I've never felt more fulfilled in my life. I'm like, yeah, this is the path that I'm meant to go on. So when you get that feeling, it's like, keep going, be consistent, keep showing up, and be authentic. And those are the keys to success. And it takes time, it's not easy. And now I started to learn about the energetics of spirituality, entrepreneurship, manifestation, the universal laws, while also realizing that we have our own creator field, we have our electromagnetic field. And if we aren't working on our nervous system regulation, and we aren't really focused on our thoughts and our emotions, emotional mastery, that's where things can get a little skewed in your business. And so that's where the energetics and spirituality come in. It's pretty much like you have to believe it before you see it, and just constantly keep living as if you already have. But again, it comes down to being here in the 3D, because you still need to pay bills and live life. We're still in this 3D reality, but also going up to that 5D and being a creator and manifesting that and bringing that, grounding that down into the 3D. So I really help individuals with that. So, it's grown to for me to work with a spectrum of people. So those who are looking to reclaim their health, they're at their wits end. They're like, I have no clue what else to do. This is where we're looking into the energetics of dis-ease, their bodies, their emotions, their mental, their nervous system. And then also we're taking that and we're looking at their lifestyle and saying, okay, well, you can't heal in the same environment you got sick in. So we're changing their lifestyle. And with that change, they're discovering their soul gifts, soul purpose, and kind of how to integrate that into their lives and build whatever it is that they're meant to do here in this lifetime. So I do work with those people up to spiritual and wellness entrepreneurs who are feeling burnt out. They have no idea where to start, where to go, how to build a business. It does start with the foundation. Like, you have to get the groundwork down and you have to build. So having funnels, having the email list, a newsletter, starting to engage with communities, going to networking events. Like, I was going to networking events once a week, sometimes even twice a week. And it did get to a point where I was like, all right, this is a little bit much for me right now. And it paid off in the end for sure. But, getting on podcasts, sharing, speaking, If you want to have a big impact, a global impact, you need to be able to share your story, share and speak that out, right? So even if the number one fear people have it's speaking, it's public speaking. So working on that in order to get in front of more people. And as like, a healer, a coach, I personally love one-on-ones. I love doing one-on-one, so that's still a part of my business, but I also have the one to many. So I have digital courses. I have now the HHP app, which I'm so excited about. That's been a work in progress for like 2 years. So, it's built into this brand of different branches off of holistic human performance, all to help with holistic lifestyle, energetic spirituality, and living your best, healthiest life that you're actually obsessed with. Because if you're not living in purpose, you're not happy and you're not healthy. And if you're not healthy, you're not happy and you're not living in your purpose. So it's like the chicken or the egg, we don't know, but we're going to hit both. So, with that, a couple lessons that I've learned throughout this entrepreneurship journey, it's your business will evolve as you evolve. Your business chose you before you came into this physical earth. You guys have a soul contract with your business, and your soul was meant to bring that into this lifetime and embody it and grow it and you know, do its thing. So know that as you grow, your business will grow and will evolve. So we don't want to hold on too tightly. Just like anything in life, whenever you're trying to manifest, if you're holding and gripping so tightly, trying to control, you're going to suffocate your business, and there's not going to be any growth, and then you're going to be spinning your wheels and saying to yourself, oh my god, what else can I do, right? So if you're at that point, then we need to look at the energetics of what's going on in your own creator fields and work on that. And then the second lesson is have fun, be playful, don't be so serious with the business. Like, get out there, be confident. You're worthy of sharing your expertise with other people. Like, it's your story. And so, if you have a solution to a problem, you're helping other people, go big or go home, go all in. And that brings me to the third lesson is I did not go all in the beginning. And I kind of say to myself, I really wish I would have, because I was scared. I was like, oh man, like what are people going to think? Because I was going from this more logical, serious community into something that was so different, and I was like, oh man, like what are they going to think of me, blah blah blah. But I go all in. When you go all in, there nothing stands in your way, especially if you know that this is meant to bring value and help other people. Nothing can stop you, like nothing. You can try to stop it yourself, but like, even if you try to stop it, someone else might pick it up and just continue along with it, right? So there's so many things that go into entrepreneurship. But again, I think the missing piece, and I know the missing piece to being successful in entrepreneurship is that spiritual aspect of it. There is an energetic component to it. And when you can learn about the universal laws, law of attraction, law of polarity, law of duality, there's those laws that which I actually go over in the metaphysics your health course. I'll put that in the description box as well. When you can do that, sky's the limit. You want to apply that, you change everything in your life. You change every aspect in your life. So it is a key component. If you started, like, you owe it to your business. There is a spirit to your business, and connecting with that. And actually, I created a meditation connecting to the spirit of your business inside of the Holistic Human Performance app. You can try that out and ask, like, if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling like you want to bring something to life, start to talk to the spirit of your business and see what comes to you, and how you can be more fruitful and, you know, um prosperous and help bring value to the collective, to the world. At the end of the day, it's all about adding value. It's all about bringing value, adding value. And I can say I know for a fact that I have added value to other people's lives. I see it. The testimonials are there, and it's so profound to see this works. And I'm so happy to see where this community has grown. And so much that I've been like dealing with, not dealing with, but just talking to the community and clients. I've been seeing a theme where now there's a shift into training their spiritual muscle. And so I'm so excited to announce I've created the spiritual school. And this will be a 5-week masterclass series of how to train your spiritual muscle and integrate it into your life. And when you do that, the transformation is an enhanced wellness, your well being, your health, your business, every aspect of your life will be transformed into something you couldn't even dream of. And not to mention spirituality, we don't want to do any spiritual bypassing. So I'm going to be talking heavily about that inside of this masterclass. I see too much of the spiritual bypassing, and it's just we need to talk about how there is that dark side to spirituality. And we are humans as well, and we do live in this 3D world, and not everything is rainbows and butterflies. Like, literally last week I was crying because I was like, "Oh my god, like I didn't hit a specific goal." And there was just some things that in business I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing." And it got to me. I was triggered. And so there are these moments where you need to be honest with yourself and then regroup and say, "Okay, how can I help myself?" And this is where the tools come in. I have these tools to help you. Tapping, breath work, humming, chanting, right? I have the body and energetic attunement program. I have the metaphysics your health course. I have all of these, a library filled with 300 plus meditations, 5-minute resets, breath work, somatic movements, workouts, exercises, yoga flows, all of these things to help you on this journey of when things do get hard, because this is part of life. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. And this is part of the transformation. And when you are on the brink of getting to that manifestation, shit starts to get crazy. It's like cleaning out your closet. What happens? You have to get everything gets piled into the middle of the room. And then you're like, oh my God, it's like a bomb went off. That's pretty much what ends up happening. And then you organize, you clean, you donate, and then you're like, "Oh, so much better." Same thing. Same thing. So really get clear. This is like the number one thing I would say. I was asked this question on a podcast, how did you start to organize and build your business? I want to live a specific lifestyle, especially because of my own health history. And I didn't want, yes, I'm extremely passionate about my work, as you can tell, but it's not my end all be all. Like, I have a full life, right? I'm pregnant, I'm going to be a mom. I have a husband, a family, like, a home life. So I want to make it where I focus on the lifestyle that I want and then build the business around that. So I'm not in it. I'm working on the business, but not in the business. And don't get me wrong, the first 3 years, it's hard, man. Like, it's not easy. Is it simple when you think of the foundations? Yes. But it's not easy. It's a lot of grit, it's a lot of groundwork. However, when you apply the energetics, and so, we look at, and I talk a lot about this in my programs and core messaging of that divine feminine and the divine masculine, when you can access both and you're not so much in one as opposed to the other, and you're utilizing both to become the most efficient with your work, and it's according to your own energy type, sky's the limit. It is like game changer. I'm telling you. So, those are all the beautiful things that I've learned. Um, and so much more, but that would be like a long, we'd be on here for a couple hours. So, I just wanted to just thank all of you for the support, for the community, for helping us to grow and just continuing to trust us to help change and better your lives. We are so happy and thrilled to be here and just continue on, and cheers to so many more years. So I will, if you like what we talk about here on this channel, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It really helps the channel and helps us grow. And so some upcoming events I have on March 2nd. If you're in the New York area, I'm going to be doing it's called Serenity Synergy event, and it's going to be a combination of acupuncture and a sound bath meditation. So excited. Again, I'll add all of that in the show notes, in the description box. I have the March 4th speaking event where I'll be talking about the spiritual game of entrepreneurship. I do also have that in a replay, inside of my masterclasses of inside of the Holistic Human Performance app, and you get a 5-day free trial. I'll add that in there. And then I am starting the spiritual school, which will begin on March 24th. That will be a 5-week series. And so I'll put the information there. I am so excited for this. This is going to be so great. So if you're interested in any of those things, I'll put it all in the description box. If you have any questions, comments, anything, please reach out. We love to hear from you. We always answer. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.